Hi students, hi viewers. Today we are going to discuss remainder theorem and factor theorem in polynomials. This is very useful to you, those who are going to board examinations of 10th class. Not only ICSE, CBSE, state board, for all students it is very useful to you. Okay, then we are going to discuss this remainder theorem and factor theorem. Before going to that, we have to learn what is a polynomial, how to define it. You can learn. See, an expression a naught x power n, a1 x power n minus 1, a2 x power n minus 2 plus and so on an, where a naught not equal to 0, a1, a2, a3 and so on an are real numbers and n is a non-negative integer. Non-negative integer is called nth degree polynomial in x, where x belongs to R. X is a real number. See, observe that I am writing the definition. See, a naught is not equal to 0. I am writing. If a naught is what? Leading coefficient of polynomial. Leading coefficient of this polynomial. A naught. It should not be equal to 0. If it is 0, what will happen? This n term will be collapsed. It becomes a1 x power n minus 1 and so on. Then degree will be changes to n minus 1. What you are thinking, what you are writing here, it is a nth degree polynomial. Already we learned degree. Degree is the highest power of all the terms in a polynomial or an algebraic expression. Already we discussed that this is the nth degree polynomial. That's why the leading quotient, the nth power coefficient should be not equal to 0. Remaining a1, a2, a3, an r may be 0 or not. Don't bother, no worry. See, all these are real numbers I am telling you. That's why this is called a real polynomial. Real polynomial. Suppose these are complex numbers, suppose, and x also, x belongs to complex numbers and ai belongs to complex numbers for all I belongs to n, is also a complex polynomial with complex variables. See, but in our case we are going to discuss, suppose a naught, a1, a2 and so on an are integers, then this polynomial is called rational integral function. It's called what? Rational integral function. It is denoted by, generally denoted by f of x or sometimes g of x, h of x and so on, whatever it is. See, this is the definition of a polynomial. Different polynomials differ by their numerical coefficients. That means coefficients of various powers of x, we can define it. These coefficients are real numbers. This is a real polynomial. These quotients are complex numbers. This is a complex polynomial. So x also belongs to R and x belongs to C. and moreover a naught n are integers, then it is called rational integral function. Now we are going to name of the polynomials by using degree. We learned in previous classes. Once again I have to explain that. See, suppose n is equal to 1, the polynomial, general polynomial is f of x is a1 x power n minus 1, a2 x power n minus 2, and so on an. If n is equal to 1, it becomes a naught x power 1, a1 1 minus 1, x power 1 minus 1 means x power 0, x power 0 means 1, 1 into a1 is a1. It seems to be in general form ax plus b. This is called linear polynomial. And suppose n is equal to 2, it becomes a naught x power 2, a1 x power 1, a2. Observe that a naught in place of n we should replace 2. a1 2 minus 1 1, 2 minus 2 0, x power 0 1. After that we should neglect it because see a3 x power n minus 3, if you replace 2 minus 3, then a3 x power minus 1, this is a negative power. Our definition says n should be non-negative integer. So from that we could neglect all the terms. Up to here only we have to consider. This is what, for our convenience I am writing ax square bx plus c form. So this is called quadratic polynomial. In the same way, n is equal to 3, we obtain ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. This is called cubic polynomial. Suppose n is equal to 4, then it becomes ax power 4, bx cube, cx square, dx plus c. So fourth degree. This one is called biquadratic polynomials. This. So by using that, suppose n is equal to 5, fifth degree polynomial, sixth degree. So this is the way of naming the polynomial by using degree. But our topic name is remainder theorem and factor theorem. So suppose if we divide a polynomial by another polynomial, what should we get? That is we are going to discuss. See, I am taking one polynomial. Let I am taking f of x is equal to x cube plus 3x square plus 3x minus plus 6. I am taking divided by x minus 1. See what will happen. X minus 1, x cube, 3x square, 3x plus 6. This is. See, when divided polynomial by another polynomial, we should write the given polynomial in descending order or ascending order. Some tips are there. And also we have to write all possible terms. If any term is missing, we have to keep 0 in place of x. That means, suppose I am giving x cube plus 3x plus 1. This is a cubic polynomial. X cube, the next term is x square term, but the term is not given. So what to do? We have to keep 0 into x square plus 3x plus 1. Like that we have to write down. Later we will discuss that. Already I write down this one. See. So all are descending power, all possible terms are there, no problem. See what we have to write down below the x cube. First we have to divide the first term of dividend. dividend is x cube by the first term of divisor x. That means it is x square. Keep x square here. Keep x square here. X into x square, x cube, minus 1 into x square minus x square. That means we have to multiply x minus 1 with x square. X minus 1 with x square. Observe that x into x square, x cube, minus 1 into x square minus x square. Isn't it? Now subtract. When we subtract, the below the expression signs should be changed. Minus, it is plus. X cube minus x cube getting cancelled. 3x square plus x square is 4x square. Drag this one, taking the next term plus 3x. Now in this expression, the first term is 4x square. 4x square by the first term is x. That means it is 4x. You could write 4x here. That means nothing. What should be multiplied x to get 4x square? That is our motto. That's why we divide 4x square with x. Understand? So 4x into x minus 1. 4x into x minus 1. See what happened. 4x into x, 4x square. 4x into minus 1 is minus 4x. 4x cube minus 4x. Then sign should be changed. 3x plus 4x is 7x. Now we take 6. See, again we are going to take the first term of this expression 7x plus c. 7x, in this one x. X getting cancelled, 7 will come. Take 7 here. Multiply x minus 1 with 7. 7 into x is 7x, okay. Minus 1 into 7, minus 7. Change. 6 plus 7 is 13. Now observe that in general division, this is called dividend. Dividend. This is called quotient. Quotient. This is called divisor. What is the last one but not least? This is called remainder. 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 Now we are going to discuss, our topic name is remainder theorem and factor theorem. So what is remainder theorem, factor theorem? Now I explain to you. See, this is the remainder 13. If we divide entire polynomial expression with x minus 1, we obtain the remainder 13. Is there any shortcut way for this obtain remainder? See one thing, I am doing this. See, without actual division, we can find the remainder at a stitch. See that. This is f of x. First we have to find the zero value of x minus 1. Zero value of x minus 1 means what should be taken to x? It should be 0. That means first we have to equate 0. X is equal to 1 minus 1 transposed plus 1. X is equal to 1 is the zero value of this one. So now we substitute x is equal to 1 in this expression. Put x is equal to 1. So that is f of 1, the value of the polynomial. What? 1 cube plus 3 into 1 square plus 3 into 1 plus 6. 1 cube is 1. 1 square 1. 1 into 3, 3. 3 ones 3 plus 6. Observe that 3, 3, 6, 6, 6, 12 plus 1, 13. This is what? Our remainder or not? Our remainder or not? Remainder. Without actual division, we can easily find the remainder when a polynomial dividing by a linear polynomial. A linear polynomial. So this is the remainder theorem. So the statement of remainder theorem I want to explain to you. I want to explain to you. See. Let f of x is a rational integral function in x. If f of x is divided by x minus a, then the remainder is f of a. This is very, very important. So you could replace x is equal to a in this expression. What is x is equal to a means? A is a zero value of x minus a. A is a zero value of x minus a is equal to 0, x is equal to a. Already we learned zero value. For what values of x the entire polynomial is 0 is called zero value of the polynomial. See, now I am giving some zero value. Suppose I am taking x plus a. What is the zero value? X is equal to minus a. Transpose that. Ax minus b. Zero value is x is equal to b by a. Ax plus b. Zero value is plus b, transpose minus b by a. These are the zero values of these polynomials. Then we conclude that remainder, see divisor, I am writing divisor and remainder. When divided by x plus a to this polynomial f of x, what is the remainder? F of minus a. Ax minus b, then what is the remainder? Tell me the remainder. What is the zero value of ax minus b? Already writing zero value is what? B by a. F of b by a. Suppose when we divide ax plus b, and the remainder is minus b by a. This is the remainders. Simply we can find by using this theorem. Fx is a rational integral function in x. If fx is divided by x minus a, then the remainder is f of a. See that this is a polynomial, this is a linear polynomial. Divisor is a linear polynomial. Later we will discuss the second degree, third degree. Later we discuss in higher standard. Up to now, so linear only. So if divisor is another linear polynomial x plus a, the remainder is f of minus a. And ax minus b, the remainder is f of b by a. Ax plus b, the remainder is f of minus b by a. By using this, we have to do the problem. Without actual division, we can find the remainder. See, one more example I have to give you. See that find the remainder. Find the remainder when x cube minus 4x square plus 7x plus 3 is divided by x plus 1. X plus 1. So here what? F of x. F of x is what? X cube minus 4x square plus 7x plus 3. When fx is divided by x plus 1, then the remainder is what? X plus 1. X plus 1 is equal to 0. What is x? Minus 1. Replace x is equal to minus 1 in f of x. So the remainder is f of minus 1. That is equal to. So in place of x we could replace -1. See that? -1 whole cube. Negative power odd number is negative. 1 power anything is 1. And observe that negative power odd even power positive. 1 square is 1. 1 into -4 is -4. Plus into minus, -717 and plus 3. So these are minus. First we have to add the all -7, -4, -11 and -1, -12 plus 3. 12 plus 3 is 8 minus 8. So this is the remainder. We could check it by actual division. We will get the -8. Able to understand? Okay guys. Okay. So this is very important theorem. Later I will prove this theorem, how it obtained, and fact